Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today we're talking about the Xbox handheld because Microsoft has just announced the pre-orders. They went live right now. It's actually just gone live at 7 p.m. on a freaking Thursday night. And what's extra weird is that this system is $1,000. The original leaked price, it looked like it was going around, was that it could be $900. Maybe when they jacked up the price of the Xbox consoles, I guess they decided to do it to this one as well. But I want to talk about this because, to be honest, it seems like even a lot of the most diehard Xbox fans, the people that actually like Team Green, that are excited about how much has been coming to Game Pass, how much cool stuff they like about the Xbox and collecting achievements and stuff, it seems like even Xbox fans are saying, how in the world would I possibly want to buy a thing that is so dang overpriced and doesn't play Xbox games? Let's get into it, because actually I'm a bit annoyed. I hope you're having a great day, and if you could, please give this video a like. See if you get this to 2,000 likes, or at least 1,000 likes in honor of this price, right? Also, subscribe if you haven't already. Now, this is actually real. I still cannot believe it. I even had to look at it itself right there. $1,000 for a portable Xbox. Now, everybody in the comment section is like, bro, at some point, they're going to have to bury these in the landfill where they put those ET games. Look at this. You can get an original ROG Ally, which is about $500 and is only about 20% weaker. So literally every single comment, Microsoft is drunk. Nope. Everybody is like, brother, what the heck? That's a legitimately terrible price of the base model. The chips are just not good. They're basically identical to a Steam Deck, which is literally half the price. Now, the way this works is that there is a more powerful version and a less powerful version. Obviously, the same way that the Xbox works. There's an Xbox Series S and an Xbox Series X. Think of this the same way. There is a less powered version and a more powerful version. Now, Microsoft has been pushing this a lot. The whole Twitter account, Xbox has really been pushing this idea of, hey, this is our little test experiment. This is done by ROG. It's not being produced in like Xbox factories, but this is very much an Xbox branded device. They've really been pushing the idea of play anywhere is the future. Buy stuff in the Xbox store and play it anywhere. But the thing is that, honestly, this device, for the power, the craftsmanship, I feel like this is becoming the big problem, is that, honestly, I think when it comes to portability, the handheld console wars, low price is going to win. I'm still standing on that. I do think that as people get broker and broker and broker, nobody wants to pay 3 times the price of a Steam Deck, right? They currently put the Steam Deck on sale for $320. This is the version that used to cost $500 just a couple years back. Think about that. This thing is 20% more powerful than a Steam Deck for 3 times the price. Last night, I was actually hanging out with some friends. We were having a pizza party and stuff. And while we were eating pizzas, we were talking about the Steam Deck because all of us, there was 4 of us there, and all of us were talking about the fact that we all had a Steam Deck. We all had a Steam Deck dock. We all had a dedicated controller for our Steam Deck. And we were talking about the fact that it's awesome. You know, we're not playing big AAA games, but we're playing indies. We're playing Disco Elysium or Balatro or Vampire Survivors with crazy good battery life. I do think that when it comes to the handheld console wars, which I do think is coming up, low price is what people are going to be talking about. If your options are a $500 Nintendo Switch 2 or something like a $600 portable PlayStation 6, which is one of the things they're talking about, or a lower end device that still has good games but doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, I do think this is going to be at least an advantage. But no way is anybody in the world going to be buying that ridiculously expensive freaking Xbox handheld. Now, I actually saved this tweet because a lot of people were very mad about this. This is the previous vice president of Xbox. I'm not joking. Mikey Barr was in charge of Blizzard for a while, a bunch of different stuff, right? Well, he randomly just tweeted this out when they jacked up the price of the Xbox. Console price increases are not a tariff issue, they're a profit issue. And the reason why profits are not what they should be is far deeper than an issue of tariffs versus the tariff excuse. So essentially, a lot of people are like, okay, then why are they only jacking up the price of the Xbox in the United States? I am reading this, and maybe I'm reading this wrong, but I feel like this is him saying, look, Xbox is just not profitable. Xbox is the least profitable branch of a very profitable brand. Microsoft has literally their market cap is in the trillions. They make a tremendous amount of money, but most of that is obviously off of Windows. It's off of Microsoft Excel and crap like that, right? So it seems like what their goal is let's see how much we can actually crank up the price of our hardware until we eventually get closer to breaking even. But you know what? I honestly think this is indicative of a bigger, badder sign with Xbox. I do honestly think these high prices are because, in general, Xbox is starting to panic. I do think that Xbox realizes that perhaps their days are numbered. If this handheld, even if it does sell, it's just not really going to make the splash they absolutely need. There have been multiple reports now that Costco, which is one of the biggest distributors, it's one of the biggest stores in the United States beyond like Walmart and Target and stuff like that, Xbox is officially no longer going to be at Costco. Multiple sources have confirmed this. We don't have any plans going forward to carry the Xbox console. This is the world's third largest retailer behind Walmart and Amazon. And a lot of people are basically like, bro, this is because, honestly, nobody cares about it. It does seem like Xbox doesn't care much about Xbox. And to a lot of people, they're basically saying, look, man, they're just not going to be able to catch up in the way they need. This $1,000 price tag is not going to get them the attention, the positivity, the buzz, the hype, the FOMO of getting people want to join Team Green. I like the fact that Destin Legary has been tweeting a lot today about the Xbox handheld, the ROG Ally X, and even he is like, bro, $1,000 is just too much. Hell no. That can stay at the store. I just find it interesting that really, just in general, I think these companies, and I've said this before, they need to find a way to cut costs to the consumer. Not on the profit end, not on the developer end, not more layoffs. I do think that we're about to hit an absolute wall. These devices are not only not going to sell, I think whatever becomes the lowest common denominator, I do think that more people are going to be gaming garbage games on their phone or playing really crappy old stuff on the Nintendo Switch 1. And I'm not even harping on the Nintendo Switch 1. I just think that a lot of people are not able to join next gen. The amount of people that at this point, if you don't have an Xbox Series X, the price keeps going up. It's now like $700 for an Xbox Series X. It's gotten almost $200 more expensive in the 5 years since launch. And I guess my fear is almost the fact that with devices continuing to get more and more pricey, what happens if the next gen Xbox costs $1,200? What if the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro, what if that costs $700? What if the next PlayStation, the PS6, what if that is $1,200? Not only do I think those games won't sell, those consoles won't sell. They won't spread. They won't get hype. This to me feels like one of the biggest Xbox sales we've seen in a very long time. And it does sort of paint an odd picture. But what do you guys think? Is anybody actually going to buy this? I've made this deal before, but I will say that if somehow this video gets, oh God, it's so expensive. I'm going to say if this video gets 3,000 likes, I'll buy this and I'll review it. So I'm almost saying, please don't give this video 3,000 likes because that's a lot of damn money. But thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you could, please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please keep dreaming. I'm filming this while I'm at a game night with the boys. I had to literally leave game. They're mad as hell. So sorry, boys.